All right, welcome everybody. Somebody asked if the ant call was still good. So I'm going to mark where I made the ant call. You can check this yourself on the signal channel. You look at the timestamp of when I made the signal, and then go ahead and mentally mark it in your head or on the chart physically whenever it was. So in this case, it was about right there. And so I made the signal here. And if you saw that signal happen live, then you could buy anything lower than it had already gone since that signal, which in this case, the whole buy zone would be right here. But if you saw the signal 6 hours later, because you were at work or you were sleeping or whatever, then you would want to buy only lower than it has gone so far since the signal was made. So in that case, it would be right here. That's the lowest point since the signal was made. And so that's the safe area left. If you were on vacation for a day and a half and you saw it here, you want to start buying no higher than the lowest point since the signal was made. This whole thing is still the buy zone, but you do not buy any higher than the lowest point since the signal was made. So if you're just seeing it now, your average end zone is right here. If you see it tomorrow and it's still falling, your average zone is going to be even lower. But for now, if you're just looking at the signal right now, this is the safe area. Actually, it's not specifically that. It's 325 to 431. It was just an estimate. 325 is right here. So if you see this tomorrow, when the price is down here, and you look at it when it's right there, then you would average in to any lower point that it hasn't been to yet in that zone. Actually,
hey, but look at this. Is this for silver calls, or is this for apply for gold too?
It's actually for all signals. It's just a good rule of thumb, even if you're not following signals. If you want to buy something, buy at new lows. That's where your best odds of success for buying will be. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but it's very true. You have less risk, you have more upside, and it definitely holds true to any buy zones that I give you guys. When this call came out, the buy zone was massive, and you're like, where do I buy? Do I really average into the whole thing? If you saw the signal right here, then yeah, average into this whole zone, and you would have taken profits there. You could have taken profits there. Hell, you could even taken tiny profits there. But any of these swings, you could have gotten out and made some quick money. And then you can always buy back at lower lows. You could have taken profits there, bought back at lower lows, taken profits at each one. So the later you see the signal, the lower you should be buying unless the price hasn't hit it. So now I'm going to go to a different signal that probably hasn't been hit, which is about 70 out of the 80 I have posted. Says buy DEFI between 366 and 740. So let's see what this looks like since I made the signal. So I made the signal at the same time I made all the other ones, somewhere around, I don't know, I guess it was about right there. And I said buy between 366 and 740. So we're just going to go ahead and mark that on our price. 366 is, oh, let's just chart 740. So 740 is down here, and the buy zone is way down there. So if I signal it here, and then you see it here, and the price is doing this, everybody knows that the signal's still good, right? Because obviously the price hasn't hit it. Okay.
I guess I'd like to know, like, I that was always an issue I had with some of them. I just, probably just my fear was the price getting out of range, But what do I look for if that isn't the case? Like, is there any indicators, like if it's going to not go down, like, or like if it won't hit the signal?
Yeah, there is a couple. So on a higher time frame, this will make more sense. I'll start over. Let me hide these session breaks. I was looking at stocks with a VIP a second ago, or like an hour ago.
I just think it'd be good so like I could look and not have to like bug you about this
Yeah.
stuff. But like if the calls, you know what I mean?
So
And I am learning though, like to just be patient with the calls because I'm still kind of, you know. But yeah, but yeah, really exciting if we can when I get some, you know.
yeah. So this was a buy zone, and it filled us a little bit. We were averaging into that buy zone, and it filled maybe 1 or 2 orders for you. But now this is not a buy zone anymore because the price had already entered it and left. So if I made this call
Okay.
on, which I did January 10th, January 11th, that we're in a buy zone, um, I mean, not that we're in one, but that we're making one. And then on January 19th, we fell into it and everybody instantly made a bunch of money, if you remember that day. This zone is no longer good because it was already hit. Once it hits that zone and leaves, the good money, the big blast is over. So that's how you know if a signal's still good. And you were asking, how do you know if it's ever going to hit? If there isn't support above it, then it's eventually going to hit. So in the case of DEFI, this is no longer support, which is why I didn't signal to buy higher than this. I signaled to buy up to the low of this because it rallied from that point. So anything beneath that should prove to be support because all the idiots are going to be getting stopped out anything lower than this 725 level. This could be support, but it hasn't really rallied away from it yet. This is support. So for now, that's going to hold the support. But if it doesn't, then it's going to fill our buy signal down here. So
Gotcha.
the answer to your question is not going to fill us down here until it tries to rally from this and fails and then breaks down. Then you can expect this to fill. But then again, even there's another tiny little zone here where it did cause another rally. So we could see something like this happen and then it could go up. Or maybe it could fail because this is going to be another resistance zone, perhaps. And then we could drop even harder because now we don't have any support. Maybe we'll try to bounce there again and fail, and then finally hit our signal. And now I signaled that the take profit was going to be way up here, and you guys were like, "Whoa, that's so far away," but that's what it is.
Yeah.
There's no resistance.
So I mean, I think that is. I think it's like disbelief that it's going to go on sale. I think it's probably what, like, you know, like, so, but it's pretty cool, man. Yeah. So do you expect this to play out over a couple weeks then for some of those signals?
I think most of these signals will fill in the next 30 days at this rate.
Oh, that's cool. So I just let them sit and just chill and probably not look at them unless I'm doing like silver signals or smaller time frames, right?
Yeah, silver you can check every day. Gold, just set your orders and walk away.
Oh, I like that. That's pretty sweet. Okay, that helps, man. That gets the time. Understand the time frame behind them. Yep. I see a 6-hour call. You kind of think it's going to be like a couple days, you know, and then you see prices go up. So yeah, that was very helpful, man.
I'm glad that you think so. And it's important to notice this is an Elliott wave. We tend to see big corrections after an Elliott wave. And so my eyes think that it's going to at least come down to this level and retest that support and then probably fail because that's not very fresh. And then hopefully we tag that and we don't make any resistance and then we fill our signal and then we can really rock it back up to that area. But this video is going to be about how to know if our signals are still valid and how to react to the buy zones when the price gets to them and wants to act certain ways. So I'm going to stop recording and start recording again and try to re-summarize what I've tried 3 times to, but I keep being too verbose. So